KRFO coaches interview, a little bit of a different spin right now, catching up with some of the folks that were coaching at the state boys basketball tournament that have ties to Owatonna and Owatonna high school graduates, and one of them is Mike Nolan, a graduate of a few years ago, OHS 1988, right, Mike?
Yep, correct, 1988.
And I guess it's kind of interesting. It was brought to my attention. Len Olson, who would have been your old coach, commented that yourself and his son Greg is one of the coaches up there. Recently, Kyle Melcher, a more recent Owatonna High School graduate, is coaching with the Mankato East program. So I guess just kind of interesting to see the Owatonna ties and some ties to your former high school head coach. Did Len Olson's impact drive you into coaching in some way?
Oh, sure. All the coaches I've had have had positive impact for me. I knew I wanted to coach and teach, when I got to college, and Coach Olson helped guide me towards basketball coaching, and went from there. So I've been in Lakeville for 23 years now.
And what are you enjoying about it? What do you get out of coaching?
Just the relationships you build with the kids and the coaching staff we have. We've been together for a long time now, and we have a lot of fun together, not just during the season, but we hang out a lot together out of the season, and coaching kids and having them come back after all the years and seeing them as adults, seeing what they're doing with their lives, and hearing from them long after they're gone. So it's been great.
Now, Lakeville North has had a great run, a state championship a year ago, and then kind of an underdog role this winter as far as coming out of the section as a number 3 seed. To talk about how you kind of overcame that to get as far as the team did.
Yeah, we've won our section 4 years in a row now, and I think going into this year we had high expectations. Our regular season was kind of up and down. We had some injuries coming into the year from football. We got a lot of kids that play football, and they just weren't healthy all year. And we actually lost one of them for the rest of the year. And then, so our record wasn't as great as we thought it might be. But then, when we got down towards the end of the year in the sections, we found out that a lot of our competition was pretty good. I think we ended up losing 13 games, and 10 of the losses were to teams ranked in the top 10 of state, so it turned out to be a lot more difficult than we thought.
But then an announcement going on in the background there, a little distraction, that's all right. As far as winning its way through the section and then actually scoring an upset in the first round of state as well was very exciting for Panthers and Panther fans.
Yeah, it was good, especially losing Connor Flack, who was our leading scorer throughout the year. He averaged 18 points a game, and he ended up not even really playing much in the section final game against JM, and then did not play at all in the state tournament. And beating Hopkins in the first round was great. Beating them 2 years in a row was kind of like John Oxen, our head coach, said, when you can beat teams like Hopkins, you kind of put yourself on the map of basketball programs in the state. So I think we did that.
All right. Was it a tough transition when Lakeville went from the one high school to 2 high schools? Was there some bumps involved there with the transition at all?
Oh, yeah, that was difficult because at the time when we split in, I think it was 2006 when the split actually happened, we were just, becoming, pretty good in all the sports. We had big classes and stuff, and then we split, and it was funny because the first couple of years it seemed like all the better athletes were at South, so they dominated for a while, and it took a while to get it back to equal, and now it's more balanced, but it's still tough. It's not as big of a rivalry anymore as far as, these kids grow up together, playing together, so it's more of a friendly rivalry rather than bitter like it was at the beginning, I think.
Now, I know at state you guys played Apple Valley, and Coach Olson, Len Olson's son, Greg, is one of the coaches there. What's the camaraderie like with a guy who also is an Owatonna graduate from your standpoint?
Oh, yeah, he's been in Apple Valley for a couple of years now, so it's been fun getting to know him, I think, as a coach, and now we play in the same league, so we play each other twice a year, and then played in the state tournament. So it's kind of neat to play guys you knew growing up, and it's neat.
And when you think, Mike, back to your high school time and playing ball, what are some of the big things and the values you pull away from having been a high school athlete that still benefit you now?
Yeah, just lots of stuff, not just winning and losing, but just team bonding with each other and going through tough times. And, the seasons are long. You have to grind through them. They're not always fun all the time, but they help you build character. And I think coaching really helps provide that avenue for kids to learn life skills, which I learned when I was back in school.
And do you feel that there are things are a lot different now with, they talk about specialization, although you've just said how a number of players on the basketball team also played football, but do you see high school athletes, does it seem a lot different for them now than what you would have experienced back in the 80s?
Oh, yeah, I think, there's, in basketball alone, there's so, I look at kids that play now, and I don't think I could have played nowadays with the skills I had compared to the way they play now. They're so much bigger and stronger because kids are playing year-round, and it's really all sports. And, we're lucky in Lakeville. Our football and basketball program work together hand in hand with trying to get kids to play everything. So we do a pretty good job of that, but, we're seeing more and more 1, 2 sport athletes. You don't see many 3 sport athletes anymore, so it's kind of sad in a way. And but in the positives is, like I said, the quality of play is so much better. You look at the kids coming out of high school that are getting Division I scholarships is insane now compared to when I was in high school. If you had one kid, that was a Division I player, it was amazing, and now you get 5, 10 a year coming out.
Wow. Well, very, very interesting how sports have evolved. And then, Mike, do you think the Panthers are going to be right there contending for the section boys basketball title again next winter?
Yeah, I hope so. We got 7 quality players back, and our JV, sophomore, and freshman groups were all very competitive. So I think our kids are excited to continue playing and getting better, and we hope to be there at the end.
All right, 1988 graduate of Owatonna High School, Mike Nolan, one of those with Owatonna connections that was coaching, one of the assistant coaches for Lakeville North at the state boys basketball tournament. Any other thoughts or comments you'd like to share, Mike?
No, just miss Owatonna. My parents still live down there, so hopefully they're listening. We've got a lot of friends there.
All right. Hey, Mike, I appreciate the time. The best of luck to you guys next winter again, and maybe the Huskies and you guys will run into each other on the floor one more time.
Yeah, that's actually not that fun to play against your former team, but happens once in a while.
Oh, yes, I suppose it does. Thanks a lot for the time, Mike.
All right, thank you.